Oh, I think we're live-ish.
Sean, this is why we have like 12 hours of dead air. Or just us talking about shit at the beginning.
Well, I mean, I could edit it, but I'm a lazy motherfucker.
So you just process it all.
Yeah, I just convert it and upload it. I'm going to work on the audio improvements, and then I'll think about editing. Because I can put the audio through Audacity, and that's free. I just have to figure out how to do that. Once I figured it out, we'll do an epic stream.
Okay.
So I know we were talking about taking a short rest or a long rest. Armin is like full up on everything, and he will not stop moving until he is like dead on his feet. And I have slots.
We kind of talked about that a little bit. I think everybody's basically A-okay for now.
Oh yeah, and hopefully it just.
I'm the only one that's
I can deal with not having spell slots for a bit. Stick to my cantrips.
The longer we're down
Just means you gotta get creative.
Yep.
The longer we're down here?
The longer we're down here, the more likely things that are bad will happen at home. So we need to not. We need to be in and out of this thing in like a day.
Well, only an hour has passed, so...
Excellent. We have done a lot.
Wait, 3 days of gameplay has turned out to an hour?
I was like, did we just kind of fuck shit up?
Yeah.
We're like power walking.
You guys have other than the first room, you guys have basically been tearing through the dungeon.
Got shit to do.
We ain't got time to be here.
Gotta get back. We gotta kill Armin's brother. Or save him.
You know, one of the two. Flip a coin.
Yeah.
Armin would prefer saving him.
I'm
Depends
sure.
on our mood when we get there.
Yeah. How much he's pissed us off by then.
Armin says he'd prefer saving him, but every time he says it, seems the other way.
If our ranger's gotten to kill anything lately, she gets really twitchy trigger.
I get a little pissy.
Sword, right?
Yeah.
I was curious.
And you got a bracelet. You got the bracelet of rock magic, didn't you, Dee?
Did I get that? I thought.
I thought you pouted off with it.
Silmorn grabbed it, but as he tried to kind of sleight of hand it away, you noticed and you basically took it from him.
Mm-hmm.
On account of the natural ones.
Yeah.
Someone is very sneaky, apparently.
Yeah, you and that sleight of hand are not doing well. Way to throw us all off that rocklet.
Keeping it up too.
So Dee, you have a fancy sword now. Are you gonna name it?
Ooh.
Maybe eventually.
I have an idea.
You know, what?
You should call it Weed Whacker.
I was thinking Roundup.
A weed whacker burn. Oh, weed whacker. All I can think of is Over the Hedge when I hear weed whacker.
Alright, so we were exploring. Do we want to continue to do that?
Yeah. Jeff can deal with running off. Alright, so
Jeff falls to the
basically,
ground.
at the beginning of the last session, you tried to get around fighting the giant lightning eel, but it just wasn't happening. So you defeated it, found the treasure at the bottom of the pool he was in, worked your way through the next room, and expertly found the secret hidden door. After going through, defeating 15 zombies thanks to Armin's Turn Undead.
Okay.
Or was that Turn Undead that you used?
Turn Undead and Destroy Undead.
That's right. Destroy Undead basically saved the party. Silmorn expertly gets his hand trapped in a statue.
Mm-hmm.
A little party turmoil happens with Smokeen.
I think that was Silmorn's fault, to be fair.
It was Silmorn's fault. And then Armin goes and gets himself trapped in a trap. And the party busts him out. And now you're heading on to the next area.
And Millie, other than casting the spell, most of the stuff with Armin has been Armin has managed to get himself XYZ.
Yes.
What?
I'm excellent.
Armin's become the new Grep. He just kind of wants to run and impulse.
There's no time to be sitting around. The longer we're down here, the more dangerous it is up there with the undead thing.
All right, Leroy Jenkins.
So
All right, let's go then. To the west, which I believe is the direction we were going.
Westwood. What?
Correct.
Someone will carry Numagara's behind.
I hope I don't think I have permissions to grab him.
Oh,
so
that'll have to be me then. So
I will. Oh, great. So Silmorn's leading the way, all cocky.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's a door down here.
Excellent.
you notice a door to the north.
I think at this point we know how to open doors.
Yeah, go for it, Armin.
I'm gonna go up to the door.
Really? Because we haven't actually opened that many doors. We've mostly just punched walls until a hole appeared.
Well, we're gonna punch this one.
Armin approaches the door. What would Armin like to do?
Armin's gonna take his mace and he's gonna hit the door.
Of course he is.
Okay. Armin reels back and full body throws a swing at the door. The door resounds with a giant ring as it just busts open into the next room.
Excellent.
The door was unlocked.
Okay, I can't.
And let me open that up for you.
Hey guys, the door was unlocked. I mean, I opened the door
Mm-hmm.
and I stepped inside.
What are these stars?
But they're like statues or something. That's what they are in other maps that I've run.
Yeah, so basically, a massive bronze door opens into this grand chamber. The place is filled with rubble and life-size statuary. Much of it is broken. Standing in ranks is an army of clay statues in what must have once been an impressive array. Now half of them are fallen and crumbled. Near the door are spear wielders, perhaps 20 of them, outfitted in only scraps of leather now. At their feet lay obsidian spearheads and bits of rotted wooden shafts. Behind these figures are archers in scattered formation. Few of them remain standing. Their arrows are gone, but they hold laminated bows, dried and worm-eaten. Further into the room are figures of warriors with warhammers and hand axes, wearing scraps of lacquered leather, sandals, and caps. Beyond all of this, in the north end of the chamber, are a group of statues that must have been an honor guard. These warriors wear feathered robes and headdresses and are armed with pitted bronze spears. Each of these figures wears a breastplate of shells. They are standing near a domed structure. The stuccoed dome has no apparent openings. On the eastern wall of the room are two carved stone columns, flanking the remains of a covered sedan or litter with statues of attendants standing nearby. So basically all of the stars are just kind of scattered statues.
We should leave this room. I don't like it.
There's a dais, maybe? A platform at the north end we should check out.
This is a room full of statues that are going to come to life and kill us. We should leave.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
Well, as I was explaining, most of their weapons are rotted and worn.
There are way too many of them, even if they have bad weapons.
So what you're trying to say is, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Armin is terrified of statues coming to life and fighting him.
He is secretly scared of dolls.
Yes, that's a good point.
Well, are you stealthy, Silmorn? Your sleight of hand rules? No. If someone wants stealthily go try and investigate, but
What were the statues made out of again?
They're just regular stone statues.
Stone. Okay.
We've seen statues come to life, guys. Or we've seen action figure statuettes come to life. This is
in this place,
this is
But
normal
those,
size.
remember, those were stucco though.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like Indian in the cupboard or something.
Ah,
I was going to say, yes, it has happened before.
yeah.
What would the party like to do?
I think we should investigate that pedestal.
The dais on the north end?
Yeah, it looks
Actually,
like a shrine to me.
You're the only one that can see that far, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to carefully move through these statues, not touching anything, working my way towards that dais.
Yeah. Think Cave of Wonders, Aladdin. Don't touch anything.
All
Only
right,
the lamp.
you're out of my line of
I was
sight.
thinking
Nate.
Indiana
I'm
Jones.
coming too.
Ooh, shit. That's
Oh
you.
god.
That's you.
No, oh no, Armin, no.
I gotta make sure she doesn't get hurt,
Okay.
because I'm the healer.
Are any of the... Is
I'm
any
a
of the
scout.
rubble...
I can heal myself.
Is any of the rubble here on the ground, are they statues that have fallen to...
Yeah, they're statues that have crumbled from time passing.
Hmm.
I'm lost in the statue maze.
Okay. So I'm up at the dais. What do I see?
She up at the dais. What does she see?
Give me a perception roll.
This is where those crit ones. Ooh, that's good.
What do I do? Ah.
What she do?
Oh, cool.
That is a 20.
See all of the things.
You don't just see the things, you see through the things. Beneath
You
them.
know of their existence.
I know the meaning of the things.
All right. With a 20, you get this. This dais looks like a tomb of some sort. It looks like something may have once been buried here.
Once been buried here?
Bomb.
Is this like a tomb? I mean, like, does it literally look like a giant coffin?
So it looks like the top is removable, and it looks like a giant burial site.
Okay, but it's sealed up right now.
It's sealed, but the top looks removable.
Okay, I'm gonna give the top a little push.
Sure, give me a athletics check on that. Athletics check. All right. So Smokine approaches the dais that is actually a kind of like a coffin, but not really. And as soon as she lifts it up, dust kind of ejects itself out from the sides. Just kind of clears out into the room. And she pulls it slightly about halfway back. And when she does that, the room rumbles very slightly, and you hear just the sound of just a thump behind you as the door that you entered shut.
Oh, good.
I didn't bust it off the hinges. I'm sad.
When you hit it, it just kind of flung open.
I'm gonna start removing doors from hinges.
Smash all of them to pieces before you enter the room.
Exactly.
And from inside the little tomb, you start hearing kind of a hissing noise, kind of just like yes. And a white steps out.
Oh, great.
We close the tomb.
I feel like it's too late if he's already stepped out.
Well, yeah, but does he have buddies? So maybe closing it may help with that.
He has a bunch of statues that are gonna come alive and kill us.
And
The white-
Yeah, I was with you. I didn't want to come in the room. I watched things come alive.
The white steps out of the tomb and looks over towards Smokine and says, thank you for releasing me. You look very tasty. Why don't you come over here?
So, how tall are these statues that are behind me? Do they reach like all the way to the ceiling, or?
We'll say about 7 to 8 feet tall. Think, were the terracotta warriors that big, or were they really short?
They were.
I mean, they were built after Chinese people, so
Short.
Yeah.
Okay,
they
we'll
were
say
not 8 feet.
we'll say about 7 feet tall on these statues.
Built after
This is your
Chinese
show,
people.
D. You're the only one in range.
um,
The white comes out for all.
I'm
Ooh.
gonna take
Pretty
a
cool.
shot at him.
You're not gonna try and talk to him? He speaks,
Yeah, but he's a white.
but maybe he's friendly.
He said
He just
thank
said he
you.
was
He's
gonna
at least
eat me.
he's polite. At least I think you could ask him to.
Like, hey,
I mean, he said thank you.
got a nice rump roast here. You want that instead?
What do
There's a
whites
baby
eat?
mimic.
What do whites eat?
Character's
Is it
not so
people?
good at the diplomacy, obviously.
It's people.
So you're just gonna immediately just fire a shot off at him?
Is this a human white or an elf white?
Kind of looks like an.
I'm gonna
Or-
ask him what his name was, or is. Try and get some time for y'all to move up.
All right, give me some role play.
I don't know. What is your name, oh powerful being?
Kissing up to the white. Excellent.
The white leans forward, placing his elbows onto the dais coffin in front of him, and says, "They once called me Aokwan. I was the fiercest warrior of my people."
Are these the statues of the people who followed you?
Perhaps. What's it to you?
I just want to learn more about you. You're obviously a powerful being.
Ethan.
You see a grin slightly twitch up at the corner of the white's mouth, and he starts to round the side of his dais towards you. Yes, they called me powerful in my day, but I was put down because I was too powerful.
Oh, good.
And yet you seem to be buried with some honor here.
He waves his hand dismissively. Ah, these people did not know honor. They only looked to think they could appease me in the afterlife. But they are all dead, and I still live.
Who were these people?
He turns away from you and flippantly says, "It does not matter. They are dead now."
Well, I mean, technically, so are you.
He looks back at Smokeen. Where I once was powerful in life, I am even more powerful in death.
Oh, good.
So, is there any way you're gonna let us leave here?
Or do we have to kill you again?
Wow.
He looks at Smokeen, looks over at Armin, up at Numagares. No, you are my prey. Roll for initiative.
You should have shot him.
Yeah, I should have shot him. I don't think we learned anything from that.
I
Everybody.
learned that my pizza is done.
Did everybody click on?
I'm still trying to figure out where
Oh,
initiative
goddamn.
is.
You fucking shitting me?
Yeah, 11. I am feeling good about this, guys.
Yeah.
Well, the white has already rolled a crit.
He's used his one. He doesn't get any more.
Oh, is that how
That's
that
the
works?
way that
I
works.
think that's how that works.
Generally. All right. Combat has now started. The white, seeing Smoking, looks forward and sees the cleric. Knowing what the cleric is just by looking at his armor, he moves towards the cleric.
Shield has my holy symbol on it. That's how we know.
That's how he knows. And he brings his fist up. It's starting to glow.
And
Yeah. What are you? Yeah.
He attempts to use this attack. He brings his fist down upon Armin's chest, attempting to drain the life from Armin.
oh, that's fun.
But the cleric remains steadfast in his faith, and it has no effect on him.
My God protects me.
The white hisses as his life drain fails on the cleric. Next up is Silmorn.
All right, I am going to come over here. And I am going to use Hexblade's Curse on the white, muttering under my breath in the language that no one understood.
Gurgle, gurgle.
Gurgle.
Yeah, gurgle, gurgle. I say some nasty things, and he's cursed.
Let's see, what is this?
He doesn't even get to roll to defend against that at all.
Did we
No.
crush him?
Target is cursed for 1 minute. Okay. Let's see. Any attack roll you make against the cursed target is a critical on a 19 or 20. Is that basically it?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
it's
All
just
right.
an offensive buff.
So does everyone
And
get
then-
that? Or does
What?
Is he debuffed, or is everyone, or is it just you that's buffed?
Any creature. So he's basically debuffed. If you
Okay.
roll a 19, it's a crit.
Excellent.
So, then I'm going to we've got flanking on him, right?
We do.
Oh yeah.
Alright, I'm going to take a -5 to my attack roll and smack at him with my maul. So, 17.
Okay. As Silmorn sees the life drain fail upon Armin, he moves in, muttering a curse at the white. The white stammers back a little bit, feeling the curse being placed upon him, but being unable to do anything about it. As Silmorn moves forward, he brings down his weapon upon the white. Okay. He brings his weapon down upon the white into his shoulder. The white spinning in place, yelling out loud. Oh, damn.
26 damage?
Does he look winded?
And because I don't like him, because he tried to eat the ranger and only I'm allowed to eat the ranger, I'm going to do that same thing again, with the -5 again.
Okay.
And that's also going to hit.
Is that single or double damage still?
So that'll be plus 10, so that's 20 plus my proficiency bonus is 3, so 23 damage.
Okay. So as Silmorn moves forward after muttering his curse and bringing his packed weapon down upon the white, he follows through with another strike, crushing a blow into the white's side. The white lets out an unearthly gasp as he crumples to the ground. Combat is over. The white is dead.
Wow. Damn, Clay.
Not so powerful.
I didn't even get to take a turn. No one did.
I'm going to act like it's totally no big deal because I've fought mind flayers before, and I'm not scared of anything.
I go to high five him.
Yeah, I think we're all patting him on the shoulder like, damn.
I'm going to back away slowly and make myself even smaller than I am.
That's how we
Because
kill
that's
some.
terrifying.
That's how we kill some.
I'm
fucking
going
zombies.
to act totally unimpressed and just start trying to search his little mausoleum thing.
She's like, "Where's the gold?"
All right, so what are you searching, D?
His tomb.
His little tomb. All right.
Little tomb is 25 feet across.
Yeah.
His cute little tomb.
He's got like 3 king-size beds in there.
I have to downplay him right now.
All right.
What are you... Oh.
Huh?
What's happening?
Sorry, someone messaged me.
Our fucking cat is being stupid.
There's nothing of value in the tomb. It was just the white.
Oh, okay.
While she's doing that, I'm rolling the body.
You rolling the body? All right.
Yeah.
Give me an acrobatics check.
No, like checking the pockets and.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
acrobatics check.
Rolling the body.
He's barrel rolling over the body is what he's
All right. As after delivering 2 fatal crushing blows to the white, Silmorn leans down to check the pockets of the white when he notices around his neck an amulet.
I think we all know how this goes.
It's cursed.
I'm not looking at Silmorn while he does this. I'm completely, specifically looking away while he loots the body because I know what's happening.
So I'm
And
gonna
this
try
time
to.
I actually would be probably too interested in the coffin, so.
So I'm going to try to sneak the amulet into my pocket. And I think that Jeff is probably the only one who could have seen it because Tila's backing away and the other 2 are
Yup.
Yeah,
No.
actually, if you hadn't said that, I was going to say I'd like to look at the body. So I was already kind of interested in the body anyway. So
you
maybe
see
I'll do a perception check to see if I notice you trying to pocket the amulet.
Yeah, give me a perception. Numagaras sees Silmorn poring over the body, seeing if he can find any loot on the body. And Silmorn is kind of working his way through the pockets and everything, but Numagaras doesn't notice anything out of the ordinary.
Dragon, man, no C.
It's because my sleight of hand is so good.
Oh my god.
Damn.
No.
All right, so I've got an amulet of unknown properties.
You should probably wear it.
Yeah, just put it on.
That's a pretty good call.
I
Can
never
you at
know.
least like describe its physical description for me?
Sure. It's on a long silver chain, and it has a.
Wait, we don't know what it looks like.
I'm describing to Silmorn what it looks like.
Oh, okay.
So it is on a silver chain, and it is a turquoise stone set into a gold inlay, basically.
Okay, so kind of, but not looking. I mean, not like a skull or anything.
No, it looks very basic jewelry-like.
All right, so it's straight out of my grandmother's drawer.
Yeah.
You don't look into the gym and see like the souls of hundreds of children trapped inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna say nothing here either.
Did he have any weapons?
No, because when Silmorn brought the weapon down upon Aoquan, he utterly obliterated his weapons.
Okay. Let's burn it. He's undead.
What color are the eyes?
You had a picture.
Smushed and full of blood.
Oh, that's well.
You
You
crumpled
to the
him.
side and
You
shoulder.
crumpled him. You crumpled him from the side, man. You basically broke all of his ribs.
Ooh.
Are you
Big
gonna eyeball him, Jeff?
I was thinking about it. I've heard that white eyes can be used for something.
There's the picture again.
Those look like they could be
They
maybe
are
yellow.
They're black eyes with yellow pupils.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I want one of those. I'm gonna take one of those white eyes.
As casually as if it was a donut. Oh yeah, I'll have one of those.
I'm just gonna scoop it out.
Why not? I've been good. Take the double.
You're right. I'll take both, and I'm gonna put them inside of my giant eel kidney.
After the short encounter with the White, who thought he would be a bigger deal than he was, there are still all the statues throughout the room. There's also the stucco dome that has not been seen yet, and then the two pillars on the eastern side of the room.
Let's check out the stucco dome.
Can we just look
Okay.
up?
Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta tuck the kiddo in.
Yeah, no worries.
Wait, are we going to the room of stucco again?
It's in this room. It's kind of a stucco Kime.
Kime?
You know, a dome.
It's stucco time.
It's stucco time.
And I just want to remind the party that those things that came to life and gave us all that hell were stucco. Secret caution.
So who's investigating what right now?
So this stucco thing, do I just look up and see it? Is it above us, or where is this thing?
Where is
That's a very good question.
Is it like Thor Ragnarok and it's up on the ceiling, like over the sarcophagi, like in a big circle?
The room has a very low ceiling, so it's about 8 feet in the air. So there's about a foot gap between the top of the statues and where the dome is, like in the center of the room. Kind of, if I could draw it, let me draw a shape for you. How do I draw an ellipses? Hold shift.
Is it like
So
an
it's
outside-
about right here in the center of the room. Do you see where I drew that square?
The brown one.
So it's like a
Yeah.
dome over the sarcophagus.
I want to do the alt, so it's like here.
And it's right there.
Yeah, kind of 8 feet up in the air.
But it's attached to the ceiling, correct?
Yes.
Could, if someone was standing on my shoulders, could they access it?
How tall are you?
Pretty tall.
Like 6 or
Oh,
7
no.
feet, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Dragon man, you could probably touch it.
Yeah.
If you're 6 feet tall, basically anybody standing on your shoulders can reach it.
I am 6'8".
You can almost reach it. Hold your arm up. Numagaras holds his arm up, being about 5 or 6 inches shy of the bottom of the dome. He goes, I can almost reach it.
I'll stand on your shoulders.
That's definitely who I would put up there.
Mhm.
I'm gonna hit it with
Keela
my
looks
mace.
heavy.
Tila's only 2 feet.
Yeah, Tila looks heavy. Definitely pick
Yeah,
up the full-grown
stubby
man in
little
armor.
arms.
In armor, yeah. Just hop up there.
Yup.
It's arm day, right? Lift me up.
Yep. Do it now.
Power
Tila,
pots.
Tila, would you like to hop up there and investigate? Would you like to get on it?
What? Why not? Let's see what this dragon train is all about. If I can reach anything.
Sure. If you want to climb up on him, you
Alrighty.
climb up. Congratulations, you climb up on him with ease.
You have
Yep.
mounted the dragon.
Now, as I explained earlier, there was a circular dome hanging down, but it didn't look like it belonged with the rest of the room. But it also doesn't look like there's any access to it.
Okay. Do you want me to roll a perception check to investigate further, or?
Yeah. Give me a perception check on that.
A, B,
All right.
nice.
After Tila climbs up onto Numagares to reach the very base of the Kime above the room, what kind of weapon do you have on you?
It's a trap.
I have a short sword.
You have a short sword. You take the hilt of the short sword and you kind of just buck it against the bottom of the Kime, and you hear something rattling around inside. You hear something shifting, like just shifting as you hit, like it's moving because you're hitting it.
Okay. It only shifts when I move and when I touch it.
Basically, you hit it and you just hear something kind of shift slightly.
There'd be treasure up there.
Yeah, I'm like, does it sound alive shifting? Inanimate object shifting.
You rolled high enough that I can say that it is not a creature, but it sounds like an item shifting around up there.
Interesting.
Does the
I guess we should bust this open.
well
See
does
what's in
it turn at all? Like, is it something you can turn?
What do you mean turn?
Like, it's a circular fresco thing, right?
Yeah, like a low-hanging dome.
Is it
But I
something
mean,
that
depending
you
on
can
how
rotate,
big-
or
Is
like is it set into the ceiling, or is
set-
it moving?
It's set into the ceiling. Tila hitting it makes the item move.
Inside of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which should tell you that if she's doing that,
No, we should just break it open. Let's break it
Just
open.
smash that bitch.
You could just chuck your mace. I bet that would hit it.
I'm gonna
Can I
do
get
that
down
in
on my
just a
shoulders
second.
before you start chucking maces?
I'm about to chuck my mace.
I clamber off of his shoulders, seeing,
Okay, what are we chucking a mace at?
I'm
seeing
already
Armin
winding him.
rear back his mace hand.
Tell me when.
Oh my god.
We're breaking the room to pieces.
I found treasure, I think. It's inside this dome. We just gotta get it out.
It's a pinata.
For all we know, it's a fucking
That's exactly
potion
what
of
it is.
explosion, and it's gonna fall onto the floor and explode.
Only one way to find out.
This
That would
could have
be
been their
an
fail
trap.
safe if he woke up.
Can I cast Mage Hand to I guess like form 2 hands and cup underneath the dome so whatever busts out falls into the hands and not
sure, it's a cantrip. You can do whatever you want.
I feel like
If
you're
it's
cupping a
just in
ball.
case it's oil of impact.
just in case I could slow it down or something, yeah.
Yeah.
I chuck
Alright.
my mace.
All right, you chuck your mace. Give me an athletics check on that.
This is gonna be the worst athletics.
17. Armin, seeing Tila tap around on the Kime, hearing the item shuffle about inside, just says to the rest of the party, "Stand back. I got this." And he winds back with his mace, and he chucks it as hard as he can up at the side of the Kime. The mace makes impact with the very base of the Kime, and it busts open with ease, with utter ease, expertly thrown. And an amulet falls out of the Kime into the mage hand.
Yeah.
I was hoping for candy.
The amulet looks eerily similar to Silmorn.
Ooh.
But no one knows that because Silmorn hid it.
Silmorn is. That's why he said Silmorn sees it as familiar, but the rest of us don't know that.
Wow, an amulet.
Ooh, shiny.
The amulet is on a silver chain. It is a turquoise stone inlaid in a gold inlay.
You should put it on.
Should I put on the amulet?
Do it.
See what happens.
I have a set of bone dice. We could all roll dice to see who gets the amulet.
You don't need to. I volunteer.
I volunteer as tribute.
He will be the cursed one.
And as the amulet falls into the mage hands, Armin's mace clatters to the ground on the other side.
Go pick that up.
I'm gonna need that again.
Armin reaches for his mace and finds it is no longer there. He forgot it back in the room.
Does anyone want to investigate the amulet to see what it is, if there's inscriptions or something? Since we don't, I know it's familiar to Silmorn, but we don't all know what it is.
The only way I'll investigate it is putting it on. So think about that.
That could be an amulet of gender change.
I say we let him do it.
Now I'm curious.
How did
Quick,
you
everyone
pass
take over.
cleric school? Like, seriously, you just bumble your way through.
Everything has gone according to plan. We have taken no damage. We have slaughtered everything we've come into contact with.
Everything has come according to plan, including the time you drowned yourself.
I didn't drown. I made it out of that with no damage. And
Well,
treasure.
he graduated with honors from Mad Cleric School.
Slightly different.
Okay. Can I put it on?
I say let him do it.
Yes,
You're the one
do
holding
it.
it. You have to.
All right.
I'll put it on.
Oh no, I'm just asking the group vote. If there's no one opposing, I'm giving it to him.
Do it.
Do
All right.
it.
All right.
I
put it on.
I hold out the amulet shakily as Armin snatches it.
Armin puts the amulet on. Armin, give me a perception check.
Well, that's one of my skills.
Did you do that little dance as you were putting it on?
I did this.
He was dancing with glee as he put on the cursed amulet.
15.
15. Armin puts the amulet on, and he stands there and he looks down at himself. And then all of a sudden it comes to him. I know what this is!
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. This is perfect for a cleric to wear.
Well,
Wait,
you ever become
each
undead?
time an effect that turns undead is used against you?
Yeah, how often does that happen?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you would be.
No one cast undead magic or turn undead magic at me because I'm a cleric.
And
Are
you're
you
not
sure it's
good.
not because you're alive?
That might
It's
have something to do with it.
It's because he's a cleric, he knows what it is.
So this is a useless piece of treasure. We should melt it down into something useful. Unless any of y'all are undead and hiding it, and if you are, you have to tell me.
You have to tell me. Like being a cop, you have to say so.
Maybe we could sell it to a vampire later on if we come across one.
I'm pretty sure a cleric wouldn't be okay with that.
I take it off and I hand it back to Pikey. I don't need this. You can keep it. It's treasure.
It's treasure.
That's treasure. Treasure. What? All right.
It'll protect you from when I cast undead magic, when I cast turn undead, and if you're dead. And I like you, so if you're a zombie, you'll be protected from me.
I'm gonna keep this and put it. Tila is gonna keep it and put it in her pocket in case we do end up finding Armin's brother in whatever state he happens to be in. It might be helpful. So
You did
I'll
promise
save
some
that one for a
magic
rainy
items.
day.
who knows?
All right, you have defeated a white, and you have found an amulet of turn or protection from turning.
Would
What
Silmar
will
have
the party do
noticed
next?
that it's the same necklace?
Yeah, but we don't know that the necklace exists that
I'm just
Clay
curious.
has.
Yeah, can I assume that I think it's probably a protection from undead turning necklace that I have?
Yeah, because when it fell out into the mage hands and you saw it, it looked identical to the amulet that you have.
All right.
So we all know that it's an amulet of undead turning.
Correct, but you are only aware that there is one that exists, not two.
So as a dragon man, logically, why the fuck would that be up in the ceiling?
Well,
Why was that there? Like, what possible reason could they have had for hiding an undead turning amulet? It's a mystery.
I think there's an army of undead in here. They're protected, or they're trying to protect themselves.
I think we ought to crack some of these statues open and investigate them further and see
Hey,
if there's shit
can't
inside.
one of y'all like detect evil or something like that?
Oh yeah, one of us can do that. Which one is it? Oh, it's me. I can do that. Damn, I'm so stupid. I forgot all about it. My intelligence was. I was sitting there slack-jawed, just staring at the necklace, and then you said that, and I was like, oh yeah, yeah.
It would be really useful if someone could do this thing that I can do.
Damn, that's a great idea. If only one of us could do that.
How are y'all magic users?
Yep, I'm still just looking around like, yep, I wish one of us could do that.
I shoved the Dragon Man. Hey, do that thing you do.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay, so I'm sensing good, evil, undead, celestial in a 60-foot radius around me.
What's that dance you do when you do it?
Shimbala, Shimbala.
Again, Armin's very interested in this dance. He watches intently.
I'm shaking my head. I'm gyrating wildly, and now I know what's around. So what's going on?
you sense nothing in the room.
Damn it.
He should sense his hammer,
Well, yeah.
unless his hammer is no longer evil.
Oh, right,
Oh,
yeah.
I still sense the
He
hammer.
senses the evil coming from him, but nothing else.
I'm still wary of that, and I think last time we kind of figured out that I sort of maybe know what's going on with it now, but again, I'm so damn stupid. Painfully dumb. 8 intelligence, 8 wisdom.
Yeah, Grep was the same, and I figured it out like the second session. I'm like, oh god, I want to say it so bad. Drop the hammer, you're fucking us.
Giving us extra experience.
There were some statues with like bronze stuff. Which were those? What statues had the bronze spears? I think that was a thing.
Well, the doors were bronze.
I thought some of the statues had spears that were bronze tipped or something.
Obsidian spearheads and bits of rotted wooden shafts.
Obsidian?
Obsidian.
Well,
Well,
I would like to collect those obsidian spearheads.
Okay.
How many are there?
wait, let's think about this. I'm all for you throwing random things in your bag, but you're trying to pick up spearheads off of statues that may come to life and kill us.
It's dragon glass, dude. I have to get it.
Near the. So we're gonna say two of them. We're gonna say the guy here and the guy there.
Let's destroy the statues.
I was
Did
thinking
the
that
door
too.
come back open?
Yes,
Yeah,
after the white was defeated, the door opened back up.
Thanks for checking on that, Smokey, because that's what I was starting to wonder too. I'm like,
So
maybe not lock ourselves in the room before we start smashing.
So before we get engaged with these statues that I think are going to kill us, I want to put some of the rubble in the doorway so it can't shut.
Oh, that's smart.
That's pretty clever.
So now there's a big rock wedging like right there in the doorway.
Yeah.
Yes. We won't be trapped again. And if we are, Silmorn will just one-shot it.
Yeah, he'll just smash it to pieces with one blow.
So I arm
All right.
myself with my
So
sword
what
and
does the
spear.
party do?
I'm standing in front of the one that he's not with my shield and my spear, or my shield and my mace, ready to fight it if it comes to life.
Okay.
Yeah, let's smash one of these statues and see what happens.
Okay.
Why
Tell me
not?
who's smashing what?
I already did my smashing. It's your guys.
Oh, okay. I was gonna volunteer, but then I was like, I don't know. Clay is a better smasher than I am.
I hit the pinata. I think it's your turn, Jeff.
Okay. Which one should I smash? This one with the spearhead?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'll smash it.
This is so gonna end poorly.
Yeah.
My athleticism gave me a 22.
Did it really? All right. Numagaras moves up to the spear-wielding statue, and he eyes it up and down. And he pulls back his warhammer. And he lays into it as hard as he possibly can, hitting it in the chest, square on. The statue cracks at the impact of the warhammer and crumbles to bits at his feet.
Was there anything inside of it?
Nothing but
There were
stone bits.
No bones, no bodies, like covered in gold.
Nothing.
You hit it with a hammer that makes undead things. You can't fight undead statues.
Undead stone statues. The stone is cursed.
Oh, well, seeing that nothing happened, I smashed my statue as well.
Armin brings his mace around, hitting the stone statue in the side, making the statue break into two pieces, the top half falling to the ground, creating a dust cloud as it impacts with the ground, and nothing happens.
I'm gonna say, hey Elf, you want in on this? And offer her my two-handed hammer.
Sure, why not? I need to relieve some stress.
All right.
I'm
Get that
actually
one over
gonna-
there.
I was gonna go up to these two up by the door to the east. They look important.
No, get that one right by Tila.
Nope.
Over to the south.
Keep running away. I want none of your
All right.
bullshit.
As you get more than 5 feet away, the weapon disappears out of your hand.
Dick.
Bwomp, bwomp.
Oh, a packed weapon.
Yeah. What's the matter, Elf? It works for me, and then it's back in my hand.
So very obviously, nothing is happening upon destruction of the statues. Party notices.
Yes.
I think it's time to move on, guys.
Yeah, let's
Yep.
GTFO. So what's up with these two statues up here by the door? Are they the same as all the other ones, or anything different about them?
No, those are two carved stone columns flanking the remains of a covered sedan or litter with statues of attendants standing nearby, which are the ones behind you to the west.
So that is not a doorway?
That is a doorway.
With some
It is a
columns.
bronze door.
I know how to
Armand,
open
you're
bronze
up.
doors. I walk up to the door and I hit it with my mace.
So much for
Yeah.
like checking anything.
This is
Yeah,
how
let's
I check
investigate.
things.
It's like checking the grass for snakes. You want to make a bunch of noise.
Give me a strength check.
Ooh, this door must be locked. Let's see where's strength at.
10. Armin runs up to the door and kind of leans back and slams into it with his mace. The door rings very loudly, but it does not budge. And then he looks down and he notices, oh, hey guys, the door is barred shut with a copper bar.
I
I found the problem.
I grab the copper bar and I pull it out of the way. Is it barred on this side?
You remove the copper bar with ease, and the door leans very slightly open.
It was a push door, guys.
Door broke.
Oh, wait,
Can you describe the copper bar? Diameter, length?
Oh,
Is it
it's already-
hollow?
It's already
Solid?
in my bag. I'm taking it.
It's a solid 2-inch wide copper bar that crossed the door, 5 feet long.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it in my bag.
All 5 feet of it?
Actually, is it a bar? Is it like pole like, or is it like a?
It is a copper bar that was inserted into kind of a lock that keeps the door from opening.
And it's 5 foot long.
Yeah, fit through a hole that was on the door.
It's gotta weigh like 100 pounds, right?
You said it was 2 inches.
Oh, please tell me you're going to tie this thing to your belt and just drag it the
I
rest
have
of the
no
time.
idea how I would carry this.
A copper bar wouldn't weigh 100 pounds.
Hey, Dragon Man,
But
can you carry this for me?
I'm actually pretty heavy as it is. I've got this giant eel skin starting to stink in my bag.
I mean,
I don't know if I.
Oh, wait, that was the eel skin? I thought that was something else.
What do you think is worth more, the eel skin or this giant piece of copper?
Well, I'm gonna make something out of the eel skin. I don't know about that piece of
You
copper.
could
Is it
make
magic?
something out of some copper.
Is it magic?
I investigate the copper bar for magic.
How much
Alright.
magic's in it?
investigation roll.
If it's a piece of standard copper, I don't want it.
Oh wait, that's intelligence. It's the same thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's the same thing. It would roll the same.
Roll an animal handling.
You look very closely at the copper bar, and you turn to Numagars and you go, "It's a copper bar."
I would also say, I wouldn't say it's not. I wouldn't say it's magical. I wouldn't lie about that. I drop it to the ground. I guess I don't want it.
I'm gonna do an Arcana check on it. Oh,
Numagaras looks at the copper bar and he goes, "Yup, that's a copper bar."
damn, my head hurts now. Shit.
Smoke coming out of your ears. 24 pounds? Or 5 by what?
5 feet long, 2 inches in diameter.
Did you really just look that up?
24 pounds. That's a lot of weight to carry. It's just like awkward.
I thought Armin was ready to just like go.
Yeah, are we
I'm
still really
bored.
talking about this copper bar? Is
I
this
don't-
happening?
I don't need it. I keep moving.
Hours later, we're still fondling the copper bar on the floor.
If I could get someone else to carry it, I
Can we
would.
move on, princess?
As the party moves on into the corridor,
There's a corridor, guys.
Quick, get my picture with the copper bar.
I lean the copper bar up against the door, and
yeah, sure.
I say, I'm gonna come back for you.
Don't worry. I won't forget you.
All right, what do I see up ahead?
Silmore notices a large stone block that obstructs the corridor ahead. It doesn't seem to have been a part of the original construction, for its composition is more sandy than the stones that make up the walls surrounding the stone. Furthermore, a gap of several inches is visible along the sides of the block and between the stone and the ceiling.
What do you see, Silborn?
It looks like someone doesn't want us to go this way.
Then this is the way we're going.
Obviously.
So
Just like sprint.
he said someone wanted us to stop. So
Oh shit, he gone.
Oh, damn.
Did he just run in? Oh my God.
Stick to the plan.
all I see is
All I see is like every one of your tokens like disappear into this darkness.
Catch up, Tila.
Quick, it's a leprechaun.
Oh, okay, just for that.
So you see a large stone block in front of you that does not look like it belongs in the ruins.
Can we push it?
What is it made of?
I don't know. Give me an investigation roll.
Oh,
10.
investigation.
Steph, we gotta stop. You gotta stop
This-
doing investigation.
Ouch. My head hurts.
This stone looks like a stone. It is square. It is square in shape.
Wait.
Rock, not food.
You
What
said-
type is it? Gray.
You said the gap was like 2 inches, right?
Like a few inches. We'll say between 2 to 3 inches.
I go back and I get the
Why don't
copper
y'all
bar.
try and push it?
I go back and get the copper bar.
Oh my god.
That is thinking smarter.
And I jam it into the hole, and I try to use the copper bar to pry
Is it a
the stone block away from the bar.
Okay.
From the wall.
You attempt to move the stone statue by leveraging the copper bar against the stone block, and nothing happens.
Damn copper bar.
Does he bend the soft copper?
No, but nothing happens.
Piece of shit.
Is this like a Zelda puzzle? Do we need to just push it?
I don't know.
I'll
You
try and push it.
tell me.
Yeah, I think the dragon and our should push.
Let's do it.
Does anyone have an ocarina?
No, but
Tila's
I
got
have
bagpipes.
Song of Storms.
So is Numagares and Armin gonna push the stone block?
Absolutely.
I will push.
I mean, I can give you guys bardic inspiration to get extra. What is that?
Shit, I don't need it. That's funny how flavorful my rolls have been. To 21. I mean, it's only a -1. It's not like it's a -10.
So as Armin and Numagares shoulder up against the stone block and push, the stone block budges a couple of inches, ever so slightly.
A couple of inches. Can we fit through that gap?
Are we
The
talking
gap,
like 5
the
inches?
gap is 4 inches wide.
Tila can go.
Yeah, could Tila fit through
Yeah.
that gap?
You can try.
Can we
I
give it
mean,
another shove?
We might have a squished teal on our hands.
Like when we were pushing it, did we
Um,
push until we couldn't push anymore, or did it hit something and then stop?
So as you push it and it moves forward a couple of inches, you notice that as soon as you stop putting pressure against it, it starts rolling back against you.
Oh, shit.
I don't want to get squished. If you could find some, I mean, would the copper bar help hold it in place?
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
is there like a divot in it that we could like use to prop it?
Just wedge it in there
well,
between
do
we would need
the
to
corner.
push it 5
Where are you going to
feet
wedge it
forward.
against now?
the
Yeah, there'd
corner
have to
of the hallway.
But we need to we would have to move it 5 feet to wedge it, because the bar is 5 feet long.
So move it 5 feet.
That obviously worked last time. All right, let me roll athletics. Let's see if my
Look.
okay, 20 and a 23.
Look, all right, you guys are plenty strong enough. Just move it 5 feet.
Just
All right, so what is a 20 and
Do it.
23? Is that like we need to get more than like 20 times the distance we moved last time.
So as
Four.
Numagares and Armin attempt to push it even further, they are unable to get it the couple of inches they have already gotten it. It
How
feels like it would require more people to get it any further.
Let's all do it together.
Hold on. Maybe we should try to talk to it or something.
What?
What the fuck?
Tila, seduce the rock.
All right, you motherfucker.
It's already hard enough.
Hey,
I can't get it any harder, guys. It's already hard.
He's very aroused. Now she's just gonna seal the
Okay.
deal.
How many of us can squeeze up to this rock to push it?
Yeah. I mean, I could squeeze under people to push.
Yeah, Tila can go between knees.
Smokine and Tila are small enough that you could all probably fit into the
I mean,
same
I'm
ways to push
skinny,
it.
but I'm very tall.
Yeah, you're still skinny. You're an elf. You're skinny.
That's why I said I'm skinny, but I'm tall.
Yeah.
Then I just stand between your legs to push it.
There we go.
That'll
So
work.
does everybody push it?
That's all.
I
Yeah.
think so.
All together now.
So the entire party comes together to push the stone block back.
20, 23, 10, 16,
Where's my athletics?
21.
What's the matter, Elf? You don't want to help?
Oh, there it goes.
She already rolled. She rolled first.
Ooh.
Yeah, she rolled a 10. Look at the rest of these rolls.
I'm looking at Pikey's roll, actually.
Yeah.
Pikey breaks her ankle.
She's tiny. I don't expect
2
much from
foot.
her.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do about that.
Pikey's femur cracks.
All right, with the entire party pushing on the stone block.
Oh, I forgot about my pizza.
You better go get that before it burns.
Oh, well, it would be burned all the shit by now, but I took it out of the oven. I just let it cool off.
Oh.
Can't
All right,
trust himself
well,
putting
hey,
it in there.
Jeff, before you run off, the entire party pushes against the stone block, this time giving with better ease. It feels like it is now gliding along something on the floor.
Mm.
Oops.
Did Tila make it come to lubricate the hallway for us?
Don't you worry about. I had to make up for that athletics check.
Trade secret.
That's why she wasn't pushing real hard. She was just pushing in the right place.
So we'll say per about 10 seconds, you get it back about 5 to 10 feet. And you keep pushing and you keep pushing, and all of a sudden the stone block is all the way against a northern wall to where it comes to a grinding halt and you feel that you can push it no further.
Is it gonna fall?
But it's not trying to push back on us, is it?
No longer. You don't feel like that if you let go of the stone, it would come back upon you, but you can push it no further north.
Okay.
Mm.
We did it! Yay, team!
So we
Yay.
can go north?
We
You-
opened the
you-
door.
You can... Hang on.
You can go east.
You can go east. So I know Jeff is... Oops.
I'm following Jeff. Where's he going?
Isn't this
So-
where we ended up? All the way back
so-
here?
You can go about this far, but the stone is in front of you. You can't go any further,
Gotcha.
even though there's technically nothing there.
Right. So the stone is taking up those 4 slots.
Yeah, so you can't go any further north.
All right.
If we go east, we might be trapped if that stone moves back. We're not going to be able to slide it like we could push it.
I need to
Well, can
figure
we
out
put
how
the
to
copper
draw
bar there now?
lighting.
Yes, we should use
Oh,
the
yeah.
copper bar.
Damn it.
How do I
Oh, but then what
draw?
if we come around
All right,
the
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Uh,
How do you draw... Sean, do you know how to draw dynamic lighting?
yes. Go to the dynamic lighting layer. and
Yeah.
then draw a line.
Just a polygon line?
Just a straight line will do it.
So that, you shouldn't be able to see past that.
Well,
Move your
we can already
Can you
see
move your
some
token
of
up to it?
Yeah. You can already see past some of
It
it.
just kicked in and locked me on the other side.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I can't see past it. I can see a little light, but
Okay.
nothing really.
I will move you back there. Okay.
Alright.
So, yeah, we can't go north.
You
guys.
also notice that as you pushed that stone block northward, you were pushing it in a upwards position, so it felt like you were moving basically from upslope.
Higher.
Okay, we were moving up or up a slope. Okay.
Yes, you were moving up a. The entire party noticed that you were moving up a slope as you moved stone block.
This is why it was so heavy, guys. We were going uphill.
Ah.
All right, that's enough of that, Ross. Let's go east.
All right. Going east then, because it doesn't appear that it's going to slide back down. Even though it obviously got here somehow.
If it slides back down, we'll figure it out.
I mean, we pushed it from one side, and then push it from the others.
You'd have to, like, slide it from this side.
Probable.
So, Born, do you see anything with your crazy, weird death vision?
I don't have death vision.
Your underdark vision?
So, what did you guys do with the stone? Did you,
We just left it.
You just left it? Okay.
Did we? Oh, I thought we wedged the copper bar.
I'm still dragging the copper bar with us. It was so useful, but I'm dragging it behind me.
Of course.
It might be useful again.
Alright, there's a door to the south.
The south?
Yeah.
Well, no one stops me. You know how I deal with doors.
I do.
Hey guys, gonna knock on the door?
Of course.
Yeah.
Are you going to knock on the door?
Absolutely. And by knock, I mean hit it with my mace as hard as I can.
Yeah, you said knock.
I just want to be clear.
Yeah. It's a patented D-cop knock.
All right, give me a strength check on that door.
Ooh, this one's locked too. 13. Not impressed.
13. Boom. Armin rushes forward ahead of the party and, laughing, brings his weapon into the door. A resounding ring calls back, and the door swings open. But I want Jeff back before we go any further.
It's so
And with that, maybe take a 3-minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take.
If you want to refresh your drinks.
Right, BRB. I'm gonna hit
Go
stop
get
on
some
the-
ice.